before I begin talking to come on this live.
Wait.
This live tonight is going to hopefully.
Okay. I need to tell y'all, if y'all haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please subscribe. I will be doing videos over there since they calling for me to come to YouTube. I'm gonna go over there. I need 168 more people to get over there and subscribe, and we are live on YouTube right now. So I might need some. I'm recruiting moderators for my channel. If you want to be a moderator for my YouTube channel, I'm gonna offer it to my A1s first. But if you want to be a moderator, please inbox me so we can have an extensive conversation, baby. You can go through the application process. All right. So we are live on YouTube as we speak. If you haven't gotten over there to subscribe to my channel, please do. We will be expanding no matter how much they don't want us to.
Deal with a lot of issues simultaneously at one time. And it is my request that those of you all who are on this live, that you would be patient and hear as much as your attention span will allow you to hear. Make your judgment, make your decision. But please, at this moment, I'm asking you to hear so that you can get facts, so that you can get an understanding, and so that we hopefully can get to some result. So in a moment, I'm going to be joined, and like I said, I'm waiting for them to come on, by Tyrone Muhammad and Justin the Crime Chaser, and a few other individuals. We'll deal with that as we get to this, through this live. But right now, we want to talk about what's the matter at hand. Please do me a favor if you can, because I would have thought they would have come right on. Could you either tag them, Tyrone or Justin, and tell them that Jedediah is live, and I'm asking for them to come on this screen before I get into any of the things that I need to say or address tonight. Let me see. Oh, there he is.
I don't see Martin invited. I don't like that.
One second, y'all. I'm trying to decline the invitation. The invitation. Oh, okay. Mr. Muhammad.
What's up, my man?
What's up? Like you know, it's crazy in life when you the dark skin and I'm the light skin. Turn your camera around. I think you need the light behind you.
Hold on.
Okay, not Tyrone dark skin. There you go. You just.
All right.
Good to see you, brother.
Hey, man, nothing to it. It's just working, building always, and always here to serve.
We had a hell of a day today.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, that's the part. I think Justin's on now, right?
What's up, y'all?
How you doing, Justin? Is there? I thought you'd be more stationary, man. You're driving.
Going to pull over?
Hey, man, don't be crashing out there. On phone.
Okay. I don't really know where to start with this live.
It'll probably be on that.
Let me start here, and then I'm gonna like give it to you, Tyrone. We're gonna get into it. Before I start about any of this, I want to talk about. I really want to say this: in Chicago, it's enough it's enough bad news and enough stuff going on. And when Justin came on the scene, I appreciated the fact that a young man would commit to such a hard service, because the work is not easy regardless of who's doing it or who you are. And there's a few of us who understand what that truly means. And I did appreciate that about him. And that is why I paid attention to him in the defense of him, because he was doing great work. And I'm not really clear about you, Tyrone, but I found out through today that you, I guess, felt the same way.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I've always admired the kid, you know, and the effort that was attempted to, or that he has put forth as it relates to crime and violence in our city, as well as as I've seen his intentionality toward, from what I feel, is helping young men through some things, and as well as giving them a pathway and an outlet to voice their opinions, their thoughts, as well as give them activity. That's what I've always seen when I've met that in the streets.
And Tyrone, just like me, we posture ourselves to be supportive with him because of the work that he does. And I want this video to start there, because even to this day, I appreciate the work that he has done. So everybody sees the things that have been put out concerning Justin as of yesterday. And let me be very clear right now before I continue. I don't speak for nobody but myself. Tyrone is on here, he's gonna speak for himself. Justin is on here, he's gonna speak for himself. We have had a very long day, but we anything, and Justin understands, and we all understand what's happening. And so I'm saying that to say, you guys, please be patient, because this is going to be a good live, but there's going to be a lot of moving parts in it. Okay, so when everybody saw that, and before I get specifically to that, I also want to say that I have now had phone calls and I have heard people explain to me in their opinion what Martin Johnson's real problem is with Justin. And it was about the title of crime chaser. And one of the issues that we have in our community is that everybody has an opinion and we fight each other from our own biases, and we don't really reach out to each other. And everybody always think we got the best relationships because we show up at issues or we are addressing the same issue. That doesn't mean that we have a good personal rapport. I'm speaking for myself. My issue with Martin Johnson didn't stem or come from Justin. It came from how he handled my situation when I had allegations that were hurled against me. It came from me and his history and how I felt he handled it. But my point is, I didn't understand why he was so much against what Justin was doing, because in my opinion, the best form of flattery is imitation. And I had never heard Justin dishonor him. So I didn't understand it. And so me and Martin have gotten into a public disagreement. I still ain't seen the man about him, but I've heard today greater understanding because it's about the name and not being mixed up. That's cool. But as Black men, we don't communicate well. So me and Martin should have had that conversation. And I thank everybody for giving me that understanding, but even in getting that clarity, I don't agree, and I'm gonna talk about that in a minute, about how Martin has handled any of this situation. Do you want to say anything about that, Tyrone?
Yeah, so, you know, I pride myself on being the big homie, the OG, as somebody that has been through adolescence. It's almost like at some point, and I had a conversation with Mark, and I've asked last even when it relates to that, about the name of crime. You know me, I often say I'm not chasing no crime. I prevent the crime. So when I see that us fighting over a name, a title, anything, it makes me wonder, like, at what point do we work together? What do we figure out? What is it that we have to do as activists, servants, or whatever give us the title? It has to be fighting for our community, dealing with the violence and working on ourselves of what is we want to see, right? So my thing is how got have to work together, and I think because of the name and Martin take it, that was a relationship doomed failure in the first, but they both was doing great work and I've also suggested that he consider using another name because it's attention on that the Martin issue with
Now, while they having audio problems, I'm just messing with my screen.
right?
Listen.
So, and I've had those conversations both with brothers, and Martin even have a conversation or reason.
Tyrone, can you go off and come right back on? And people are saying they can't hear you and there's an echo.
All right.
So I'm gonna, Justin left and Tyrone left. He's gonna come back on. Justin, I need you to come back on. Listen to me. If you don't like the way that this live is being conducted, you can get off of it. I didn't come here for your entertainment, and I'm very much so invested in this entire situation on an entire different level. I don't care about what you don't understand or like. Ask questions, but if I'm talking about Martin on my live, that's what I'm choosing to do. And I'm gonna do what I choose to do, as I always do. So I want you to hear me very clearly. If you don't like the way it's functioning, go somewhere else. But I've spent my entire day dealing with things that affected my city. And I'm going to handle this to the best of my ability, because it's a lot to deal with right now. Stuff going on in the background you don't have a clue about. But this, in my mind, we're gonna find some healing and some resolve, and we're gonna deal with the whole world and not exactly what you want me to deal with. Now, if it's a sound problem, you tell me that. But if it's how this is conducted, get you some advocacy in your life and some weight in your life that you can do this. And I'm not gonna spend a lot of my time checking motherfuckers, because y'all already know I will do it. Helen, I see you as well. I need you to give me one moment. We're gonna give me one moment. I see Helen is also on the live, and I also talked to her as a woman. There's some things that she's gonna come on here. We're gonna deal with this. But I ain't gonna block nothing. We ain't gonna take away no comments. We got some stuff to deal with tonight. I'm giving understanding and context. Hold on one second. So Justin is on here. I'm waiting on. I see Helen. Give me one moment. I see. There is a request for. We're gonna do. Okay. Anyway, give me a second. I'm gonna get to that. Somebody tell Tyrone to come back. Martin has been a very active detractor of Justin. Very, very visible. It's nothing that's nothing, no secret, no hidden thing. But me and Martin had an issue, and we need to have an understanding of what's going on so that we can try to get to some resolve. One of the things that I appreciate is that we're not interested. I'm not doing this for drama or for clicks. We're doing this because we got to get to some resolve, because at the end of the day, people's lives are affected. It's coming from your background. It's my house. Okay. So y'all hear me? Hold on. So when they talk, I'm going to mute it. You hear an echo when I talk, Justin?
No, you good on my end.
Okay. Can somebody tag Tyrone to come back? And so, anyway, I don't have an issue with Martin having an issue with his name. I have an issue with Martin because of the character that has been displayed from him that I've seen with my own eyes in the background. It ain't got nothing to do with justice. And Tyrone, I'm so sorry, bro. You got to go out and come back in. I don't even see the video request button on your thing. Tyrone, get somebody to help your old ass with your technology.
I'm in the car right now.
Get you some help, nigga. I don't
Tyrone know how to do technology.
Now, this is not an easy
Sorry,
live.
he said lead the live. And then once you see the button, hit the request. He should be coming.
It's not giving me the option. He got to go out and come back in.
All right, we can do another page.
I mean, I think my house is bad, my page is bad, but I need y'all to understand this, and I'm saying this. I now understand a perspective of Martin Johnson's that I didn't have before, because me nor Martin were man enough to have a conversation. And I still don't want to have a conversation. I want to beat his ass because he lied. And one of the things that I don't do is I don't play. And that's what my reputation is and will continue to be. That's why we on this live right now. And when there were false accusations hurled against me, and the way he handled that as what was supposed to be a friend who was in the background, it disappointed me. So when I saw him coming at Justin, after he blocked me and everybody who supported me, Justin became the crime chaser that I went to. And so it became a bigger issue because he was disparaging him, but I didn't understand that it was just because of a name. I thought it was also because of him being a hater. And believe it or not, he still is a fucking hater. I know what I'm saying, and I know what I mean. And I've seen him do things that was less than above board and integral. So this process blows my fucking mind. So where is damn, Tyrone is not, I don't know where Tyrone is at. So now I'm still waiting on Tyrone. I get this. Now there is a gentleman whose name is Brandon. Now this is what people don't know about me, and this is why I think that my life is great. Because everybody have only seen me as an advocate, but y'all don't know my professional background. People can make whatever assumptions that they are, but I do specific things. And one of the things that I'm good at is getting the truth. And I got a hell of a lot of reach and a hell of a lot of access and a hell of a lot of resources. And so with that being said, I want you all to understand why we're on this live tonight. Where is Tyrone?
He said he's here, but it's not letting him send a request.
It's not, Tyrone, you got to come out of the live and then you got to go back in, bro, because it's not you're the only, out of 800 people, you're the only Negro without a video request button. This ain't even supposed to be funny, man. Go out, come back in.
Tyrone, you here? Tyrone, are you here?
I got a lot of respect and love for him. I don't think I could beat him up. I would just have to shoot that. But I love Tyrone because I believe that he's Johnson. I'm gonna be good. Y'all, this is at the end of the day, while we're waiting on Tyrone, at the end of the day, y'all, this is our community. We got too much shit we're losing to be playing these stupid ass games we playing. And there's real stuff on the table. And we can barely get people to pay attention to the real shit. And what's crazy is that the real shit affects everybody, for real. That's the real problem. Y'all ain't getting no immigration money. Kids getting ready to kill each other all over again in the summer. You're losing land, your jobs suck, and I can go on and on and on. And we only got Biden and Donald Trump to vote for, to pick from. You think that we need to be spending a whole lot of time on shit like this? Absolutely and absolutely not. So, Tyrone, did you come back in? I don't know if I could, I'm trying to, can somebody please go to Tyrone's house and get that man on this damn live.
That's the case. I would have went over his house.
And so in saying this to you guys, I want y'all to understand. I had lies that were hurled against me, and Martin Johnson played on that shit. And then they exploited my very mentally ill cousin. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't have a personal beef against him. I want to fight him.
I don't like it.
And I want whoever to win to be big brother. And I'm praying that I win because I want to
put your hands on Martin and I'm going to slap the fuck out of you.
And then I'm going to move on from it. That's it. But I don't appreciate the approach.
You're not going to touch Martin.
I don't appreciate the spirit behind the stuff. Why are you talking about Martin again? Because
you a little bitch.
What's happening right now, we should all be doing this, period.
Why are you talking about putting your hands on somebody?
I can't, I'm gonna give, okay, so I'm gonna say this, we're gonna have to just move forward, and I'm gonna have to try to get Tyron. Hold on, let me look and see if it's
not gonna touch Martin. You go hit Lamont record shit in the bed like you been doing.
Evidently Tyrone don't want to be on. No, I don't believe that. Tyrone want to be on. He just don't know how to get that technology right. And I'm waiting for you, Tyrone. So when you get ready, you come on. But Justin, I'm gonna move forward. Okay?
I was gonna call him and have him on speakerphone.
Okay, that's fine too. So I got this news the same way everybody else did. And when I got this news,
we're gonna have you on speakerphone.
I keep saying
I'm just gonna have you on speakerphone because I don't know what's going on your end.
No, I keep trying.
Okay.
You want speaker time?
I'm listening. I'm in.
Tyrone, I'm gonna get to the point of this live. I learned of the situation like everybody else that the investigator Brandon brought out with Martin Johnson.
Yeah.
And I asked my team to look into this matter because I have been a very, very, very vocal and consistent supporter of justice and his crime chasing. And when I asked my team to look up the information, I then made posts basically saying that I cannot stand by somebody that would be accused of such a thing. But I hadn't gotten my response yet. Justin then made a video to respond to this situation and these allegations. And that's what brings us to the live that we're in now today. I found out also that Tyrone Muhammad was a supporter in the realm of trying to be a mentor to him for his work. And I had a conversation with Justin, and it's very simple. And I asked Justin, why didn't he tell the truth? And I made it very clear where I stood on this issue and how it had to be a hard line in the sand. And for all day long, he been getting his ass whooped by me, Tyrone, and people all around this community. Because what we didn't understand is why not tell the truth. And we got my team was able to ascertain the information of the case and the issue. And when I talked to him, I was very damn mad. And this is why I'm on the live now with him, because we spoke about the incident, and I want you all to understand this. I'm a man who was at the very pinnacle and at the very top of advocacy. And I had haters for no reason. And I had people who wanted to destroy me at any rumor. And I understand what it means to have a great organization built and then experience a great falling away. And so what I told him is I understand some of the things that he may possibly be feeling, even if I didn't go through the situation that he's going through. And what I want to say on here today is that the reason that I'm on here is because I understand the fear. I understand the pain, and I understand the shock of having your world turned upside down when your past comes back and finds you out. But what I will not do is support somebody who cannot be forthright and who cannot face the truth and go through process. And we've had that conversation, and Tyrone was with me on that conversation. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to let Tyrone speak. But we got to resolve to get through here today, because it's going to be dealt with the right way. The truth needs to be dealt with the right way. And the only way I can support this man is that you guys is that he be the man who he was on the phone today. He held in accountability, acknowledged it, and he gonna face it. And we're gonna process this together. Tyrone, you want to say something?
Yeah, so let me repeat once again, as Jedediah has said, we've had a long conversation with Justin, and it's unacceptable on every level as far as we concerned, right? But this is the biggest deal to me. Oftentimes, we as a community, instead of trying to learn people, figure people out, figure each other out, instead of us coming together and figuring out how we must serve our community, how we, with over 150 Black women and children murdered in this city, with unemployment from 18 to 24 and over 70%, and the carjackings and everything at an astronomical heights, we often focus on so much drama and trivial things. This is a serious matter, because if we are the leaders of our community and we out here on the front line saving women, children, creating opportunities for our village, then we have to often be that message that we bring, and we have to, if we're not that, we probably should be standing in front of the people not being truthful. Let me say to y'all, listen, I'm a man who served 21 years for murder. It's so funny to me, right? Even what I do and the work I do, Jedediah, we probably stopped hundreds of shootings. We done put hundreds of Black men to work. We do a lot of mentoring of young men and at-risk youth. And no matter how much of that I do, I would never be able to live down my past experiences. See, the difference between me and probably what Justin is dealing with, I named my organization Ex-Guns for Community and Social Change, because I'm not running from my past. I'm not running from what I used to be or what I used to do. I actually use my past as a fulcrum to elevate my future. So nobody can say nothing about me that I even care about anyway that would stop me from serving God and serving my mission. And oftentimes we in society, and I always pose this question to us: what is the greatest grievance in the eyesight of God against man? And I said to you earlier, what you think in God's eyesight? What is it?
Is murder and denying his spirit.
That's right. Murder and bloodshed. Murder, because I didn't create your life. I have no business to take it unless I'm defending myself. We are sick people anyway. A lot of times, not talking to you about me. I'm talking about me. A lot of times we will look at all the other issues of society, whether it's pedophilia, whether it's rape or whatever, and we won't even see a murderer the same way we will see everything else. That's why I believe we have a sickness, because murder in this country has become desensitized. That's why young boys can run around here murdering. And we as a community will sit back, man, won't come out against none of that. We won't come out against none of that. We won't even show up to support the family that's been murdered. None of that until it's our loved ones and our community member. So with that being said, man, we've done all we can from our perspective, even in a private moment, to counsel Brother Justin. on, man. Y'all maintaining that there's always a way to come back. But the first thing you have to do is identify the truth. And as an OG, I never want to see, or big brother to a Jesse or anybody, I never want to see our brothers put in a position where they are so messed up with what they've done or the lie that they have told that they can't bounce back from that, and we be sitting around here watching a brother blow his brains out or having no compassion for a lot of the issues and ills we deal with, and we make a man lose his life. Because when we fall, it's just like with me. If I fall or do anything that'll die, they'll pile on me like I ain't did nothing, bro. So it's as quick as we come out here and fight and put our lives on the line for our community, that same community sometimes, Jedediah, will be the same ones that crucify you. So that's what I was saying, even to that, and then allow Justin, and then, unless you want to comment, but allow Justin the opportunity to respond to what we've said to him and for what he know he must do.
And I will definitely do that, but I need to be very specific for the live so that people can understand. We have been dealing with this all day. You're now getting the video. We have done the research, and we've been in the background. And we are, and we're going to continue to hold Justin accountable. And we have made it very clear how we feel about everything, and we made our request known. And I also told Justin, I'm not coming on here, and I'm not gonna be nice. I'm not gonna be easy because I'm not happy. But that don't mean that I don't believe in him. And I think that everybody have made mistakes in their life. I can't condone the behavior that I heard about, but I definitely can be a part of a person's healing processes and their development. And so I have to be specific, Justin, because it needs to be understood. My team was able to find out the details of the case, and one of the things that Justin was not forthright with was that this was not a female, this was a male. And in that, I asked him, why would you be deceptive or lie about that? And it became clear that it was because of a fear of further judgment because of his attraction. And I don't think, based on our dealing with him, that his attraction is to children. I think that his attraction may be somewhat to the same gender, bisexual or gay, I don't know. But the reason why we got to deal with this on this level is because it was put out there on this level. And so what I basically, with Tyrone, made it very clear is that this puts this in a position where there is no way to support it. You got to go through a process. You got to tell the truth. You got to be honest. You got to deal with it. And he is submitting to that, which so many of these advocates would never do. Martin Johnson, just like I did the research on him, I did the research on you. And I'm saying out of my mouth, flat-footed in my face, straight in this camera, you paid for prostitutes, you got robbed by prostitutes, and all those prostitutes wasn't wrong. I'm spending my time right now fighting Andrew Holmes, who has 4 young underage girls who he has allegedly had consensual intercourse with. Now, across the board, if we're gonna deal with one, let's deal with it all. I've had accusations. Ain't none of that shit ever been true and never gonna be true. But what I won't do is when you get 8 years and you finally step out, we had a very long encounter. This man ain't had no easy day. He ain't had no easy day. But we talked about the fear. We talked about what he does. We talked about leadership. And I told him, you either gonna face this now or we're gonna deal with this another way. He chose to face it. And I told him, when you are a leader, you lose. If you lie, you lose either way. But if you lose, then they wasn't with you in the first place. It's the people who understand that the courts of this government gave him a debt to pay and he paid it, and they considered him to be rehabilitated. And as a leader in the community, I make people aware, I'm gonna hold him accountable. I'm gonna have both my eyes open on him, and you gotta walk the process. But what he does is valuable. And it has been a great help and brought a lot of information. And if everybody got on this motherfucker and told what they did, nobody would be an advocate. And it doesn't mean that we're condoning. It doesn't mean that we're overlooking. It doesn't mean that we're accepting. It's saying, nigga, if you gonna do this and you gonna do it with us as backing you up, we're not gonna play no games with you. And we damn sure I'm not going to be okay with children being in the crosshairs. And so we have asked him to go through a process. You got to sit down for a second. You got to go through gaining the trust that you just was about to get. We understood watching the video that people was ready to forgive him. You literally 8 years later had an opportunity to get the heart of the people, and you chose out of your fear. And I don't, and people say, no, there wasn't no fear, none of that. It's gonna be ignorant people all the time. But when all y'all was attacking me, I had so much fear, and I didn't have nobody to give me any guidance or any clarity or any direction. And every time I try to help ungrateful ass niggas, black folks, I'm always reminded of the lies, because it's so easy to kill, but it's hard to reconcile and to rehabilitate and to restore. And so it is not a child that has been hurt. And we are doing our due diligence to comb through every bit of this. And I'm telling Justin today, free yourself, live in your truth, go through your process, take your lumps. And if this is what God called you to, don't worry about the naysayers, get back to work. Because when everybody who wanted me to die, when I had that gun in my head, y'all don't understand what that was about. When people were saying I stole Kanika Jenkins' mama money, when people was accusing me of raping people, molesting my own child, all that kind of stuff. I stood because I knew this is what God gave me, and look at me today. Y'all go work for people, I work for myself. And I want Justin to listen to me again on the lie. I ain't condoning, and I'm not dismissing. But I'm telling you, if you go through process, I am not leaving your side, but you're gonna do this thing the right way and nothing less. And don't ever lie to me, because I'll turn over every stone. And if I find one lie, I'm gonna be the first one to call you out like I did the other. And I'm gonna say this last thing, and then I'm gonna give it back to Tyrone. And we'll let Justin talk. But listen to me.
One thing I'm gonna say.
Hold on, let me say this one thing, Mark, because I want to say this one thing and I'm done.
Okay.
I'm saying this to you all with the face that's flat and straight. Every single advocate in Chicago, I have had this same conversation with Justin. And I've said to each one of them, when I found out they dirt, choose who you're gonna be. Every single one of them. And if you have ever seen me attack an advocate, they did not make a choice. And I sat there with this young man and I said, you choose who you gonna be and what's gonna be important and what you're gonna worry about. And I'm on this live to say, yes, I'm mad as hell. And yes, I'm disappointed. But I'm with him in the process, because what he does is not gonna be diminished. And who he is gonna be guided. And as long as we don't have no bullshit, I'm not gonna leave his side. And it's the first time I've ever seen me do it. Now take that. Tyrone?
Well, I'm gonna say this, Jed, I appreciate it. Listen, and my message is to Justin and to everybody out there. That young brother, if you see me as a mentor and a big brother, I'm gonna say this to him. While you healing, getting yourself together and deciding what you gonna do and be, you can have no more contact with young boys or young people while you're going through that process. As your big brother, you focus on you until you deal with that and this issue. And I think you are, and I think you're strong enough to do it and make it through this, because I know of the past and what happened, and people bring your past up. They do it to me every day, but I just don't give a fuck. But this is what I want you to understand. Don't worry about crime. The whole city of Chicago ain't worried about crime. So we doing, you do what you need to do to get your mind, body, right, and God is your judge. Nothing is ever so bad that you can't come out. When I was sitting in that 9x12 cell in prison and everybody abandoned me, family, friends, everybody, it was only me and God in the 9x12, the 12 space. And all I wanted to do is die every day. All I wanted to do is die every day, because I couldn't conceive and perceive myself being locked up and destroyed and my freedom taken. So I'm not going to kill myself. I want to go over the gate and let the police kill. But, bro, I made it through 21 years. You got people ain't going to make it through 30 days in prison. I'm telling you, there's always a way. There's always an out. When we submit to the will of God, man, and we be for real and sincere. I was always sincere about what I wanted to do. I wanted to cure the terroristic effect of violence that our hands has caused. Forget about the conspiratorial plots to destroy black men and boys in this city and every other city in this country. I want to be about changing the lives, bro, for the better. That's who you are, Jess. I seen you do it. I seen you do it. So don't let these hiccups, the haters, and we not condone each other time. I beat your ass all day. We not condoning none of that. So people don't get on here with that BS because y'all know who I am. Y'all know Jedediah speaks the truth, and y'all know who I am. And I'm telling y'all that let he who without sin cast the first stone. And y'all with glass houses shouldn't be throwing rocks. So this is all I'm saying, that I can bear witness, bro, that you've done your best to, I think, just like, what's that boy named Jedediah that did all that lying, talking about the people robbed him, the Jesse Smollett, this guy, he's bouncing back from that lie, terrible lie. But all I'm saying, Jesse, he don't have your work and he don't have your talent. So I'm gonna close this out and we're gonna let you speak, bro, because it's about you clearing up and being forthright and honest to the people who entrusted you not only with their children, but also with your leadership, and they expect you to have a level of integrity until somebody go digging up their background and doing things like that. So talk to the people, man. Jedediah can't be your spokesperson. You got to say that for yourself.
But before you do that, just I'm gonna give it to you right now, I promise. But I need to be very clear here. I nor Tyrone think we his daddy. When I talk with an authoritative tone because that's just how I am. But what I want you all to understand is that this is something that we need to have in our community almost every single day. We're not together no more. We're not a village. We're not a community. We don't hold people accountable. We hear things about people make mistakes. We killing them. We destroying them. We tearing them down. And we the community who need the most shit. No, I don't think I'm his father. But what I do believe is that I can be my brother's keeper. If I have to, I could have just took the information and tried to blast him and destroy him. Hell no. We basically figured out what's going on. And this is the thing. No child was hurt. This young man was man enough to take all the whoopings he got today and then turn around without no requirement and choose and allow himself to come on here and deal with this. And every female, black female, who would even say, oh, you think you his daddy? Or what kind of stuff is this? This is weird. Because y'all don't know what it looks like to have a household and a family that functions. And that's why can't none of our shit get together. And that's why immigrants is coming over here and they running all the shit that y'all should have been running years ago. Now, I'm not trying to distract from the conversation, but I want y'all to understand a point here today. We're letting it be known when we found it out, we dealt with him. And now anybody who approaches him, you're going to have to deal with me. I'm not going to speak with Tyrone. And every single advocate in Chicago, when you want your file to be released, you already know I got it, let me know. Because not too many people can stand on this young man. And we understand what he's going through in the sense that I got the fear. I understand how fast this came. I understand how overwhelming it is. Doesn't mean that I ain't talking about my support or disdain for the particulars. He understands exactly how I feel. But I'm not abandoning him, and I want him to go through a process and continue his work because it's valuable, and he was man enough to do something that nobody else was willing to do. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna let you say what you want to say, Justin. When I had my moment, when I had to decide, bro, it wasn't easy. But I took my lumps, and my life has been greater than it has ever been. And that's all I hope for you. And I believe that you got the goods in you to make it to greatness, because what you've done is already great. The proof is in the pudding. And I meant what I said to you, and I'm saying it on the live. Let them come after me or do whatever, or say whatever they want to say. But you walk a straight and narrow path, and you go through the process that we're asking you to go through. And I ain't never leaving your side. I will become that brother that we were talking about. Do you want to say anything?
I appreciate you and Tyrone. Um, I do want to address my live last night, and I feel like I owe my supporters, not everybody. I owe my supporters, my real supporters, my brothers, my family, the parents, a public apology. And I was overwhelmed. I was pressured. It was so much mixed emotions that I've been going through. So many attacks still being thrown at me. And I apologize. I apologize to Nitro News. I apologize to you, Jedediah. I called you out last night. It was just we as men, we get emotional too. I should have probably took a few more days to clear my emotions and thought before I went live last night, but it was just so much pressure, and nobody is perfect. And as a matter of fact, the Bible says all have sinned and fallen short from the glory of God. So who is any of y'all to judge somebody when all of us have done something? All of us have a past, all of us have a skeleton in the closet, and all of us will be judged by the real judge, God. We can't even judge, even if somebody did something wrong. That's not our place. That's not our position. We was born sinners. We was born into sin. But me growing up, learning more about God, receiving Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, I know what I have done. This is what He died for. He died for all of our sins, and He knew this is what He had to do, because none of us was right. None of us was perfect, and so me trying to get closer to God, I'm trying to better my life, and it's going to take a process. But long as I got God in my life, if God is for me, who can be against me? So I apologize to the public, to my followers, especially to you, Jedediah, and Tyrone, and my team, my moderators, everyone that I wasn't fully honest with. I think that's all.
So just um so you the allegations that your detractors, your enemies, or whatever that is that may bring to you. So all I'm saying is the truth. See, when you expose yourself, there's nothing they can do to affect that. And I want to say, even though you never did that, touch the little boy, or any of that, the intentionality of it, you have to be always truthful to say that that was the intent of what it was, and deal with that, because often they will bring, they already have the transcripts, the stuff, the paperwork, and my only issue with you, and you know it, is that you have to take personal responsibility, and there's no scapegoat anybody. And with that being said, I just want to say, you may have more to say, but commend you on, hey man, I know what it was. I know what you was calling. I know how you felt, and I know what you was thinking about. So There's nothing greater. There's nothing too painful, too great that God can't get us through, man. And I've told you, and I've said that over and over and over. That's trying to get through prison and then coming out here to contribute to society, even though society never lets you forget your past. And this is what I've been doing throughout my whole time, brother, and trying to make us understand that we have to become a community. It's going to take us to save us. And I haven't changed in that motto. And I wouldn't have been, if I hadn't been able to work with our people and deal with the issues and ills of our community, I would be as forgiving today to you about what your transcript said you did. And then you lied to Jedediah and me. So I'm telling you, I appreciate you having the heart to come forth. For most people that judge would never do that. And you have only God at this point. That's your judge and that's your savior. So as you move on with this, man, you let it be behind you and you fix yourself. Don't worry about being no mentor to these young folks. Get yourself together. Get your mind together. Get your mental health together. Don't worry about chasing no crime. We need to hold other people responsible as well for chasing crime. A lot of us are sick in this city. We have a mayor that talk about treatment over trauma. Yet they offer no treatment, nor do they deal with trauma like we doing right now. So the hypocrisy of words with no deed is hypocritical. So everybody is a hypocrite because for all the black men in here that got something to say, when we out on the front line, when our babies are running crazy downtown and Justin out there with his little crew, and we out there, ECCSC and others, y'all sitting in the house, man. Y'all sitting in the house, and we are out here fighting these fights every day. We got to be able to come together and build a real consensus. And I think it's time, Jedediah. I think this is a way for God to use a negative situation to force us to deal with all the ills that we facing, whether it's the illegal aliens, whether it's violence in our community, whether it's lack of training and education for our children, or any of the carjacking issues. We have to move beyond the trivial bull crap because we want to be called a crime chaser. No, I don't want to be called a crime chaser. I want to be a crime preventer. We want to prevent it. We want to prevent all the issues and ills that has plagued our community and hold everybody accountable. Like we all suggested, the elected officials and you bastards too. And that's what I'm gonna do with that.
Okay, Tyrone, I am perturbed and I'm trying to stay focused because I see a couple of names and I'm just like, Lord have mercy. This is what I'm going to say.
Don't let them fool you.
I'm not, because this is what I'm going to say to you. Are you willing and able to take, so basically these are two men and there's a woman that's asking to ask you a question and I know her name is Helen. Are you okay with her asking you a question? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Helen, give me 1 second, but I want to say this before I let her come on here. And I'm going to say this from my heart. And everybody, y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. You're gonna make your opinions, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm well researched. And I'm way more resourceful than you could imagine. And I'm saying this with my chest. If it wasn't for my research team, we would not have been able to figure out the truth behind this, with what's going on. And the reason why I'm saying that is because with all the information that I got, he is worth loving through this moment. This happened 8 years ago. And if we want to be honest, let's do the research on your pastors. Let's do the research on a lot of y'all uncles, for real. Your husbands. As a matter of fact, we ain't even got to talk about that. Let's find out how many of y'all women love niggas who like niggas. I could go on and on and on and on and on. Let's talk about all the people stealing money from y'all in your face. The people who literally out there profiting from the murder of your children. I could go on and on and on and on and on. Because of his lie, but I know for a fact, because of the specifics of what I read, there was no child that was hurt, and I speak to him as a man, and when I'm speaking to him as a man, look, nigga, do you like kids or do you like men? And I have an answer. No, I'm not his father, but I have an answer that tells me that I need to do what we don't do, and that's actually give a damn about somebody who put their ass on the line for us. And guess what? There is no perfect human. And all these grown ass people who would love or would rather see him be destroyed, do you really want me to put y'all files out? Because y'all all got them. And what's crazy to me is that this is this, but I know some of y'all who y'all about to say y'all actually did shit. And all these people on here, if I go run your shit, what would I find? Am I asking y'all to condone it? No, because I don't. But don't take no half-witted ass information and all the stuff I've already been through. If I'm putting my ass on the line to tell him I'm mad as hell at how you handled this, but I'm not leaving your side, then guess what, damn it? I'm telling you that this young man is worth us giving a process to. And let's learn the damn process. And then when we talk about I love being black, let's create this process for our whole community, because we don't got the shit. I don't even know how to do this. But I'm grateful. You don't got a pass. You got an opportunity, sir. And you got to move right. And you got to understand that everybody and everything that I told you and around us, we are on your ass. But you are worth loving. And don't you for not 1 second allow yourself, and I'm not trying to put your business out there or make you look a certain way, I'm being honest. But don't you ever, or don't you allow yourself to make yourself think that giving up is the option. Because all those motherfuckers who said they loved you from you helping them, they should love you enough to help you. But you got to be honest. And if you want to be a leader, you got to take the praise, and you got to take the ridicule. And you got to take the moment when the ridicule become the praise, and when the praise become the call for the crucifixion. But this is what I know for a fact, that if you be honest, and if you go through your process, you will rise above your mistakes as a young man. And when I was a boy, I thought as a boy, but when I became a man, I acted as a man. And today, I'm looking at you because I believe you're deciding and choosing to be a man. And all these people on here, now let me say this as a same gender loving man. At your time, unfortunately, this probably didn't happen the way you wanted to happen. Mine didn't happen the way I wanted to happen. But don't you ever be ashamed of who you are, because God can deal with the real you, not the one you manufacture for people who ain't even worth half the shit you give them. Don't worry about no things. And I say it again, the people you will lose, because you will lose because of your bad decisions. Let that be a memorial for you to never lose again because of your decisions. But the people you will lose, you never had. And the ones you will gain, you will get new opportunity to be the leader who you believe your purpose to be. Now, I'm going to let her come on and ask the questions. I'm here with you, and we're going to start the process. I heard what Tamaro Muhammad said. I have the same ask. I'm asking you to put mentoring up to a hold. Go through a process. Let's get, I'm not a professional, clinical professional. Let's make sure that there's not a sickness. And let's go through the process. And let's come back stronger. Because guess what? Other people will take this information and they will try to destroy you. They will wait for a moment to say, you're not as great as people wanted you to be. They're looking for a moment to validate their missteps. And they're looking for a moment to have an opportunity to point the finger at you and not acknowledge their own shit. And guess what? People are going to hate me because I wasn't supposed to I'm not supposed to love you. I'm supposed to hate you like they hate me and hate each other. Fuck them. I won't condone any behavior that would hurt a child or any of these citizens. But when I ask you today, who you gonna be? I applaud the decision you made. Everybody's not gonna understand it. Everybody's not gonna like it. Every moment is not gonna feel good. But you did not hurt a child. For the record, you never hurt a child. But you had an attraction and you made some bad decisions. And people, I'm gonna say this, and this is not a detraction. I'm gonna say two things and then I'm really done. Number one, the reason why I have such a high success rate of helping missing children get back to their parents is because most of these children are runaways, because they don't have the ability to tell y'all what's really going on with them. Stop that shit. And number two, prayer where is needed. And number two, people are suffering in silence and they're hurting, not a past. Hurt people hurt people. And I'm telling y'all, you will hurt him far beyond what he needs to be hurt, because Justin has been on a path and he's continuing that path, and he made a misstep. And we're trying to continue that path and get him on the path so that he can be viable again for the community. Now, Helen is coming on. We're gonna let this go and then we're gonna get off of this live. And anybody who want to further attack him, now you're attacking the people who are standing with me, i.e. me. Okay, Martin?
Real quick, Jedediah, because real quick, I'm going to say this, and Helen can have it. Listen, for you people say, why this live, why we doing what we doing? We're doing it because Justin lied, and the information is coming out on live, and Justin lied on live, so he should be apologizing on live. That's it.
Can you guys hear me? Jedediah, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Justin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Jed,
He was young when he much younger than I was when you kicked my ass. But go ahead.
First, let me say for everybody on the live that I love Jedediah. I love Tyrone Muhammad. I have so much respect for both of them, and but I have to speak to what I heard, and I'm just a little disappointed. You know, I heard a lot. Okay, I heard a lot, and just for me, and anyone else may not agree, but I really didn't agree with a lot that was said on this live from Jedediah, from you, and from Tyrone. And you know, I love you both. I think that it was wrong for you guys to bring up the ills in our community. We know about that. I think that was some distraction from why we're here tonight. I do. Bringing up the violence and you know, I don't have to go back over it because everybody heard, you said it, right? And the reason it seemed, well, for me, a lot of what you said, a lot of what Tyrone said, it was would really be good for a community discussion. Okay. We are here because some information came out about Justice. And I just want to give you a little background, Justice, of when I started following you. And, you know, I started following you. You came out, I believe early on, you did say that you had got your blessing from Martin. I don't know if that was true or not. I still don't know. But I was, you know, watching you. I was like, okay, he's young. You know, he can really be out with our young people, speaking and talking with them. But I think and I was talking to Jedediah earlier, and I told him, I said, Jed, what solidified his credibility with me was when you was at the beach and the young people had taken your phone from you. Do you remember that? Justice, when they took your phone for you, I think they was throwing rocks or bricks or whatever at you. I was like, okay, all right, he out there, you know, he in the trenches with him. He out there, he getting it in the mud, right? And so, you know, I would still follow you and support your page. I did see a little arrogance, you know, there was some arrogance, but I still supported you, you know, and so the information came out last night. I think I went to your page and I watched your live, you know, and I'm sure, and you admitted to yourself that maybe that wasn't a good idea. It wasn't, and it wasn't, and it was a really bad look. Um, because I had so many questions after that, like, first, let me ask you, Justice, how old are you?
I'm 30 years old, and my name is Justin. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, Justin. You 30. And so this situation happened, you was 22?
3 years old.
23. Okay. Let me ask you another thing about the location. Now, I saw on mugshot the location, it was 1800 North Keating. Is that right?
It happened in Skokie.
In Skokie. Okay, that's a Skokie address, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and so it mentioned that the victim was on that same block. Was the victim on the? Let me ask you this. Can you just take us through exactly what happened? It, like, what got you there? What got you, like, how did you and the young person come into contact, come into having a conversation?
We met on the app. It's an 18-year-old app, and we thought this victim was 18 years old. But that's it.
I'm sorry.
I'm not going into details on the app, but that's it.
Justin.
No.
I think we could have, because there is a lot of entities on here. We could have the particulars conversation off of here, because we should do that off of here.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So can we talk about when the police arrived, or what is that something that should be offline also? Like, what happened? Okay, did they just drive up on you?
So
what?
For me, Helen, and so let me say this to you. I got a great deal of respect for you, and so
Absolutely.
He did a live, and I believe he gave particulars. What I came on the live, or what I talked to him about, was the details. There were some details that were not transparent, and I dealt with those, and I have an in-depth understanding, and then I coupled it with the information, the actual information. And so what I can say is that there are some things we probably should talk about off of the internet, but I'm not going to put him through the rigmarole, because there are people who don't have his best interest. But I'm saying, there are people who don't have his best interest.
We understand.
And based on what I know and what I've discovered, they don't deserve to be having more to attack him, and I'm not going to let him do it to himself.
Okay. All right. I totally agree. I agree with that. Because Justin really looked emotionally drained at this time, but he offered to do the live and answer the questions. So that's why I was trying to ask the questions. But let me just say this. It's hard. I mean, I'm not gonna get on here and bash him. I'm not gonna do that. But for me, it's hard. When someone says, "Who can judge me?" and everyone has a past. Yes, everyone do have a past. But right now, Justice, with your past, we're dealing with your past, and the reason why it's such it's a 911 call at this moment is because I listened to your live when you had the young people at your event on Roosevelt Road. I listened to that, and I didn't have this information when I listened or I tuned into it. And there was something that you said on there when you said, parents, you must drop your children off. That was a red flag for me. That was a red flag.
Can I explain that?
Because,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but can I explain that part?
yeah, go.
So the purpose of this event was to have teenagers come out and talk about their trauma, tell their stories. And the reason why I said that, parents, one, the space that we had, the venue we had this event at, it had a capacity limit. Two, I didn't want the parents to be there because if their parents are there, these kids are not going to open up. We wanted them to open up to us, to trust us. I was not the only adult there. I had a grown barber there. I had 2 security guards there. I had guest speakers there that was grown. And even some of the parents did stay. And it was on live. The news was there. So there was a lot of grown-ups there, and I was not the only one. But we wanted the kids to feel comfortable because they can't open up with their parents being there. They can't even talk to their parents. That was the whole purpose of that event.
Okay. All right. Okay. And I understand that. I do. I understand that.
Let me just say this. First of all, that been adjudicated in court on the issue that Jedediah constantly saying over and over, the man didn't touch a child, right? So with that being said, it's the same reason why these children are in church. You go in church every day, in the churches, in these corners, you'll see very few young people in those churches. Yet we say we love children, that we say we love these kids. That's why we're on this phone right now, Helen, and we drill Justin all day to say, hey, while we're working to save our children, we're working to help our babies. We're working to create a safer Chicago, a better Chicago. We as men wanted to make sure that Justin's mind was right, that Justin's intention was right, and that he tell the truth about what it was that yesterday he said something. But I'm not here to judge, to try that man case over and over again, right? We here to hold them accountable as a leader in our community and say, hey, bro, and because you wasn't truthful and forthcoming about your past in this situation and dealing with the babies and dealing with these issues, and it came out in this way, then we're saying you get yourself some help and get yourself together. And we, as your brothers, are not going to bash and judge you because there's a lot of issues and ills that's against the Bible. We got so much stuff going on in our community, and
let me interrupt.
People may not
Tyrone.
Like the abortion rate,
Tyrone, let me interrupt
that our religion don't and out of wedlock having babies out of wedlock, your fathers abandoning their children and us murdering each other. It's a lot of stuff we're dealing with. So I don't want this to be a pile on moment. We want this to be a human moment and to say to all of us, we all have issues, and hopefully we got enough for the trauma we under to even seek out help like Justin did.
Okay, all right, okay, Tyrone. Justin, can you mute Tyrone?
You didn't tell the whole
Can you mute
him?
We can't help you.
Because no, Tyrone.
Okay, so now we're getting off to the wrong direction.
No, you're wrong, Tyrone. You are wrong, first of all, I let you. I did. I let you have the floor, but you're wrong. For just trying to drown me out. I think that's wrong.
You do that.
Now, what I was trying to say,
listen, it's not a place to.
Tyrone,
We didn't.
You always do this.
On that line,
you always do this.
That like that.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Order in the damn court.
Can you put him on mute because I'm not finished?
Listen to me.
I'm not
I
trying
get that everybody.
Judge you. No, hold
Helen,
on, Jed.
Helen,
Wait a minute.
Helen,
I'm not trying to judge you, Justice. I'm not. I am Justin. I'm not
Helen,
trying to
Helen,
judge you.
Helen.
You know, I'm your auntie.
Helen, let me say
let
this
me put that
because
out
I
there.
asked him.
I'm your auntie,
Helen,
Justice.
Helen, let
Okay,
me say,
so I'm not trying to judge you
Helen,
at all.
Helen,
I'm not. I'm not. Tyrone and
Helen,
I've been friends for a long time.
Helen.
Okay, and we get here, and I know exactly what he's doing, and he know what
No,
he's doing. Okay, now
listen,
Justin,
Helen.
hold on, Jed.
No,
Jed,
I
hold
need
on
you
1
to.
second.
Helen, not
Jack,
Helen,
Jed,
Helen.
see, here y'all go. Here y'all go.
I'm asking you
Here
to
you go.
pause. I'm asking you to pause.
No, but
Didn't I
y'all
ask
won't
you?
heal. No, but you won't heal him, right? And that's
There
what
is
the mother
not.
is bringing. The mother is bringing
There's a
healing.
decorum.
And sometimes when the mother show up with the healing, it ain't pretty.
So I've already.
But the healing is gonna start. Y'all
Helen.
saying that we Justin is in the healing process. So let me tell you something, Justice. I love you.
Helen.
Okay. I love you. I'm not gonna judge you, and just like I told you before, I'm not gonna browbeat you. But see, I'm the mother. Okay.
I'm sorry. Now this is what I have to do. Mother, I love you. Mother, I love you, but daddy talking. Okay? Now I got a great deal of respect for y'all, but let's be clear here. I'm the reason we in this fucking shit. And daddy said, Zaddy said fucking pause. And now that's across the board. Okay? Now, it's crazy because that's why we can't get nowhere. Helen is not bad or ill-intended. She wanted to ask a question. And people have passion. But all y'all need to understand the decorum. Right now, this is my speech. Now, I think Helen is worth talking to. She is unapologetic, and she is a fireball as it relates to holding people accountable. And we ain't running from accountability. But we got to do this. We got to do this with decorum. And this is the thing I'm trying to say. He already spoke to all that. I am not interested in him speaking to that again. I'm interested in what we're holding him accountable for and the fact that he's here. This young man does not, let's be clear, he doesn't have to do this. Nobody has to put themselves through this. Nobody has to help nobody. Now, if y'all don't want to be on here, get off. Helen, now because I asked, you said yes, I let her come on. But y'all not gonna disrespect me in the process. So Helen, I'm gonna let you on, but I need you to work with me. Mama and daddy. Helen whooped my ass a lot of time, but y'all let's do this the right way. Now you go, Helen. Now stop fighting me. Now what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
I respect you. I would never disrespect you. So what is it that I consider you to be a woman in the trenches, and I consider you to be valuable. You want to ask him something. What is it that you want to ask him? But some of the stuff he already went through, like the details of what happened, he went through that in his video.
So before I was rudely interrupted, okay? And you know, Jed, that I love you and I love Tyrone too. Okay. But you guys, you saying, okay, let's heal. Okay, let's heal. Let's heal. You know, and just please forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, because it's evident people in the comments were saying, that I pronounce your name wrong. And I really don't even be paying attention to the comments. But Tyrone, you just made me lose my train of thought, but that's okay. Justin. Okay, we can't talk about the case. You don't want me to talk about the case. So what I think this is all wrong. Maybe we should have taken this and did this in private, because one thing that I want my community to know, and that is that he is not being judged. I'm not judging him, but I also can be critical about the people that that's in my community. You know, you mentioned Andrew Holmes and, you know, his dealings or whatever with young girls. You know, well, look at the population that he deal with. He go around to crime scenes. He's with families, helping families through their trauma. And most of the times he's able to come in contact with young girls. Justin, what's your name? Am I mentioning it right?
JUSTIN,
Anyway.
Justin.
Oh, Justin. Okay, Justin. You, it's just so much, and you know the bottom line is y'all not ready to be real with it. You know, I understand that a child was not hurt. No, a child was not hurt, but the attempt was still made. And that's the thing that people have to think about. The attempt was made. At some point, sometime, you was thinking about it and you acted on it. And no, it didn't go through. You didn't go through with it because something happened that stopped you from going through with it.
So,
how do we know?
Helen, I'm speaking this because I've read the disposition and the case.
No, I believe you.
Yeah,
I believe you, Jedediah, when you said that a child was not harmed. I believe you because I love you, and I know that you're valid out here.
Right, but what I was trying to tell you, or what I wanted to tell you, is that to his credit, this minor misrepresented their age.
Okay.
There are some parts of this that is not as cut and dry and as clear. Now that we've had time to actually dissect it, there was maybe deception on that went like this. And I cannot excuse the situation or the charge or the intent. But what I'm trying to say is, I think that it would be wrong for me to give a professional opinion about his intent and about his caliber and about all of this, even with the state's attorney, them electing to allow him to take a plea. All of that is for specific reasoning, but I'm not gonna get into that online. You're right in what you're saying, but it's not as, now that I've actually got the real details, it's not as cut and dry. And we should have a conversation.
But Jedediah, let me just go back and remind you of our conversation this morning. You know, you specifically told me on the telephone, you said he is guilty as hell. And do you think I should expose and put him out there? I told you no. I said, Jedediah, we have grown above that. I said, we did that with you. Did we not have this conversation earlier? And so all I'm trying to get people to understand is something happened. It didn't. Okay, it didn't go.
Were you quoting me word for word?
No, I
when
wasn't.
You just said that. Oh, okay.
No.
Because I didn't. Okay. No. Okay. So you wasn't quoting word for word.
I'm not going.
All right. That's very important.
Because I didn't have it written down.
But this is what I'm gonna say. I'm going to ask. What I'm gonna say to you is very upset about the details that we all were getting. And I said, yes, he's guilty. Okay. But I'm telling you, I'm not a person that's gonna come on here. I told him he's guilty of something we're dealing with. We're here. We've already acknowledged that. What I'm saying is that what he is guilty of in this perspective is not telling the details. But I know all of the story, not half of the story. And what he really is guilty of is being afraid, not having the balls to stand in his truth and really deal with it. But what I'm also saying is that this young man never hurt a child. And I am saying I understand the intent, because that's what I was mad about. But when you look at all of the pictures and all of the details, everybody who would like to drive a stake because of him being or trying to get with a minor, when you see it, you'll be like, oh, okay, I understand how this could happen. And then I say, if we want to have, and I'm not talking about you, the conversation about what's going on out here with people real fouls, then there's a lot of people who should just be shutting the fuck up and being moved out of Chicago.
Okay.
So I'm saying, Helen, I wouldn't condone no motherfucker that'll hurt a child.
Absolutely.
We need a process. So I'm pretty sure Justin will be willing to have a conversation with you, and maybe we can get to some of the details of it offline.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you know, I understand our community, and you know, I understand that our community is full of so many ills, so many ills. We have pastors traumatizing our children. I went through and helped with the Catholic Church that was violating little boys on the south and the west side. When they tried to move this child predator in our community in Inglewood on 66 and Perry, I was a big advocate, and we went over there to that building on 66 and Perry. Right now, that building is empty. No child predators or rapists are staying in that building. When we went over there, it was 87 of them staying in that building. They dropped them in our community, in the same community that Ryan Harris and some other young girls had gotten killed.
I love you. I got to move on. We'll go back to you. We'll have a conversation offline.
All right.
Tracy, where are you at? Young man, you can, I'm going to allow you to come to get off. Anything else you want to say? I need to say this one more time. Justin, you hear me? Justin,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on, Tracy. I'm gonna let Tracy come on here. Just please give me a moment to be patient with me. Please be patient. Jesus. Okay, so I was waiting on Tracy to come on. She may pop in when she's in here, but I'm gonna tell you this. I understand. I understood this up to a degree, and I want to tell you that you're not making the wrong decision, and it's not because you have to. It's because you're choosing to. And if you're choosing to serve the public, you have to earn their trust back, and you got to go through the process. And for yourself, you got to choose to go through whatever processes you want to go to make sure that you are at the capacity of doing what you need to do. But today, to all of your haters and your detractors, people who would rather see you destroyed, I want them to understand that you are not by yourself in the sense that we're going to go through a process. And anything else that is said or done, I'm going to hear it and take it myself, and we're going to match. I think that we need to do what Jesus did, and he said, anybody that without sin cast the first stone. And anybody who throws a stone, maybe we need to look them up. But I'm not saying that because I'm giving you cover, and you understand that, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm giving you an opportunity, and people don't know what's going on. They don't got the details that I have. I understand the situation better now. And I want you to know that you, and then somebody said, well, how do you know that he ain't done nothing, that he ain't never harmed a child? Because I know that people who harm the child, they go to jail. And I know that people get charged. And if this comes out, a victim is going to come forward and all this extra stuff. And because I read the disposition, you didn't. I had the access and authority and the reach to do it. And I know, and my team is damn good at what they do. You will be shocked at the information that I can find out. Give me your telephone number. I'll tell you where you've been for the last 3 days, who you've been talking to and what you said. And so, very good. Hackers, all kind of stuff. And so, Justin, get on the course to do what you said you would do. And that is, from this moment forward, be the servant that Chicago would need. And I'm giving you an opportunity to do that. And so you got the last word for me. Okay, that's true. You got the last word for me, and be humble. Be humble. Okay?
I hear you, sir.
You got anything else you want to say?
Thank you. I mean, I needed your words of encouragement. I needed to hear Tyrone's words of encouragement. I just want to clear the air because people still don't judge me. My intentions was to never, ever hurt or harm a child, and I never, ever hurt and harmed a child. That's not who I am. That's not me.
No, I didn't. Somebody said you just low-key blackballed him. Like, just don't. You know, Brandy, I love Brandy. Brandy, people be saying all kind of stuff. Don't worry about the naysayers. Okay? This is what one of my celebrity friends told me, and it's been the best advice in my life. Watch the real headlines from credible news sources and never read the commentary. People are going to have an opinion regardless. You know the truth. We have an understanding of what's going on. We're in the process. The only person that's defeated is the person who quit. And then ask yourself this question. If you don't do it, who the hell gonna do it? I'm talking about me. I'm saying is who y'all finna get out there to go chase that crime now? Because y'all asses ain't been doing it, and you ain't gonna do it. Go do it. It ain't gonna happen. Bye, Justin. You know, he off of here now, that's over with. Girl, ain't no such thing as blackball. I thought this was one thing that I thought was very funny. This was some funny shit that I heard. And that was when Matthew Stevenson, who went through a very, very big issue and ordeal, he said, I don't want to be church famous because it's like monopoly money. I don't give a damn about being an advocate famous. That shit ain't doing nothing. Everything that I got and I have, yes, this was a springboard, but it didn't define me. They called themselves blackballing me. I come to Chicago and move more shit than most of them who live there, still. So no, how he gonna be blackballed when he paired with somebody who got more access and more resources than most of the average Bears? It's not gonna happen. Ain't no blackballing, fuck their weak asses. And again, who blackball them with who? All I gotta do is show them they file. Stop it. I don't want y'all to just, he came on this in accountability because that's what he needed to do. He faced it. And I know why he did it, and then I'm done, and I'm not gonna say nothing else. So many people are dealing with same gender loving issues, and they're afraid to tell y'all. That's why y'all millions is DL. Y'all don't want that kind of truth. They out there DL and they're in the shadows. That's why they online. So this, if y'all, I feel like, and I ain't gonna say this because it's not hard. If I'm being honest, y'all gonna be slipping talking shit. Then one of y'all get up and say, "Oh my God, I'm getting divorced because your nigga was sucking penis." Y'all don't want to hear that kind of truth. There's so many people who are not able to live their truth because of being afraid. When you're in the public, I ain't never ever had no issue with no child that's honest and genuine. But I'm gonna tell you this: when I was out there trying to figure out who and what I was, I didn't want to tell y'all shit. So people like, who you like? Girl, I got a billion bitches. Probably only had 2. Nah, I ain't never said I had none, but I got a billion. I don't want to make light of this. I'm not happy with what wasn't honest. I'm not happy with what wasn't honest. But because I have an understanding, I'm not gonna kill him because he's worth loving through this process. I'm gonna die and hope something said that adds value to your life. Chicago, I love you. America, sometimes you be tripping. Now let's get back on Dalton's ass. Dalton, I'm coming for y'all. Andrew.
Jazz sound like the police. I don't give a fuck what you say. Let's open their files. Let's open your shit again. He get on my nerves talking about putting his hands on Martin. That's some shit I'm not gonna stand up for. No, don't put your fucking hands on nobody. Everybody keep their goddamn hands to themselves, and everything will be okay. I bet not hear about Jedediah putting his hands on Martin, about nobody putting their hands on nobody. Nobody got the right to put their hands on nobody. I'm already going through the bullshit right now with motherfuckers showing up at my motherfucking house. That's a different type of move that motherfuckers make. Because you just don't like somebody you put your hands on. I don't understand how people can literally say they're going to do something to somebody and then don't fucking do it. Threats is a motherfucker. That's a pussy move to make a threat. It's a different thing to make a promise. I got motherfuckers promising to do shit to me all day, every day. I'm ready all day, every day. So if y'all like this presentation, I'm in touch with Chicago. I've been talking to people in Chicago about the situation. I love Martin. We got down to the gist of what happened. I don't know the peanut butter. I know the peanut butter and the jelly. But ain't none of my goddamn business. I don't care what the man did in his past. What I'm concerned about is him and Martin into it over this name. And it's been for a long time that this has been going on. A lot of people been going through this shit. So hey, trademark your shit. I got my shit trademark and all that. If somebody want to be a dreadhead activist, they got a dreadhead cowboy up there in Chicago. Fix your name and do your business. But thing of it is, people got histories, and you don't want to be confused with other people. So that's what was happening. I'm hearing Martin's getting phone calls, and when he goes out, his safety is at risk because they're thinking he's this guy. That's my take. If I'm not correct, somebody call and I invited Tyrone to the live, but he's probably busy. We'll talk about it another time. I'm gonna get him on the live, and we're gonna talk about it. Talk to me, Tyrone. You can talk all day long. And lady, if you ever in your life be trying to shut Tyrone up again, it's gonna be a problem between me and you. Listen when a real man's speaking. There you go, Tyrone. I got it for you. I got it for you. Let me make you a beat for your show as a gift. I don't want anything for it. Gangsta Boo was my friend, and it will be my pleasure. Love you, sis. Love your content. I got your back, and you have my support. All right, Guts TV. I want you to contact me on my Facebook. If you got Facebook, I'm gonna put up a comment with my Facebook on it. So I need you to contact me. Contact me here. That's my name on Facebook. That's my profile. Inbox me. I will be checking my spam because that's where your shit gonna go. And my YouTube tells you what my Facebooks are. Cleo Burris and Paula Burris, and I got many more. But right now we on this page. I need y'all to contact me. Contact me, Mr. Guts. I don't know what to call you, Mr. TV. Mr. Guts TV, man. I love you. And thank you. I didn't know Gangsta Boo, but I loved her music. And yep, I'm right here in the city of Memphis where bullshit like this is going on. I'm under attack as well. And yes, I could use your consultation. Thank you for whatever you do for me. Now, I'm going to hold you to it. Don't be coming on my live making me no promises and then you don't follow through with them. And don't let no motherfucking body tell you shit about me. If you want to know something about me, come ask me. I love you, Mr. Guts. Thank you for showing up here and bring me some people. Tell your people about me. I need at least 200. I'm going for 200. I need to be able to be mobile with my YouTube. So I said I'm not using my YouTube until I get 1,000 subs. Once I get 1,000 subs, I'm packing my bags from Facebook and I'm moving to YouTube. Over there in them YouTube streets where I used to be. And so I can slap motherfuckers back with the attacks that they giving me. Because there's people over there attacking me. Don't think I don't know. I just don't look at your weak ass content because I know who I am. You trying to figure it out. Not you, Mr. Guts. another fake ass channel. This boy been trolling me since 2017. He must want that fat ass too. Oh my God. He wants a fat ass too. All right. Thank you, Mr. Guts. I love you, Dreadhead family. I'll be back with more content. Love, peace, and unity.